North Platte St. Pat's to see who takes on Howells Dodge in the state semifinals. Well, Andy Klassen, Doug Duda, thanks to Danny, Caleb, all the guys out in the truck, and our camera crew as well. We'll take the switch over and be back to get you ready for our final game of the evening between North Platte St. Pat's and Bancroft Rosalie. Doug Duda saying thanks for joining us, and keep it here on News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe. It's the Roe you know.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes. The wedding bands will be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
More than 80 communities across the state count on Nebraska Public Power District to power their every day. And, like a dependable neighbor, we work tirelessly to make our communities a better place to live. From preparing them for economic growth, to partnering in local events, to educating tomorrow's workforce, we are charged with creating community connections that are just as trusted and reliable as the electricity we provide. NPPD, powering our state, empowering our communities.
Hello, this is Greg from Family Physical Therapy. We've grown a lot since we opened our doors in 1993, but our philosophy remains to provide excellent patient care above all else. Our patients are greeted with smiles, and our therapists are driven by their patients' success and achieving goals. We provide physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to those of all ages. Family Physical Therapy has locations across Nebraska. Stop by a clinic near you today.
Do you know when the worst time to find out your sump pump isn't working? The day you need it. At John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, we're offering a $59 sump pump inspection, so you won't have to find a watery surprise in your basement after a storm. For just $59, our licensed and experienced service professionals will examine your sump pump, inspecting its major components, to ensure your sump pump is ready and working when you need it most. Hurry, this offer won't last long. John Henry's, serving your family since 1996.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Just finished an epic game? Keep the excitement going with a stop at Good To Go Convenience Store on your way home. Refuel with a fresh coffee. Grab a tasty sandwich and fill up your tank to be ready for the next adventure. Whether you're celebrating a win or discussing the highlights, Good to Go has all your post-game refreshments covered. Make it a part of your game day routine.
Good to Go post-game snacks.
This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. '25 Nebraska State Basketball on News Channel Nebraska is presented by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Currency is here to help. Visit gocurrency.com for details. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. Teammates Mentoring. Join the team. Be a mentor. Go to teammates.org today. Woodhouse Auto. Convenience delivered every time. Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. And by 5 Points Bank. Trust the better bank with your financial needs.
Well, we hope you are as ready as we are for the nightcap from the Devaney in day one of boys state basketball in Lincoln, Nebraska. Kalen Devin, Andy Klassen. And if you're tired, you might be yawning a little bit, grab an energy drink, crack it open, because we're not done yet. We got one more game, and this thing's going to be fun. Bancroft, Rosalie, and North Platte St. Patrick's. This matchup is a doozy.
It really is. Rosalie, Bancroft, they're so good at sharing the basketball, play with great team chemistry. Flip it over to the other side, St. Patrick's. They're just such a tradition-rich program. Been here the last 6 seasons, looking to take that next step. They won the title in 2022, looking to get back to that way.
They got upset last year to GACC in the first round on a buzzer beater, looking to avoid that. Meanwhile, Bancroft Rosalie, you might know them as Bancroft Rosalie or BRLD, as the many, many names they've had over the years. So they're happy to be back here in Lincoln.
One thing that stayed consistent, though, is their level of play. High basketball IQ, well coached. Mentioned it earlier, love watching them operate on offense. They have a lot of great shooters, and they move the ball around to open up those shooters.
We'll tell you who to watch out for in terms of key players coming up next between North Platte St. Patrick's and Bancroft Rosalie on News Channel Nebraska.
The pregame show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com and by KRT. Learn more at krtrelief.com.
My name is Jesse Moore. Our 22-year-old son died from suicide. My journey with Caden's death was leading me down many dark paths, of which none included blaming God. It would have been easy, and he would have accepted it. How or why? I did not. I am not sure, other than the signs that only Jesus could have possibly controlled were put in front of me from the moment of this horrible family event. The only way I found to ease the pain of losing Caden was the time that I was able to spend in prayer with Jesus. If you are struggling, contact your local pastor or priest or call 988.
Finishing off our night here in Lincoln with Bancroft Rosalie and North Platte St. Patrick's. Take a look at a few key players today for the Panthers. Looking at a guy like Drake Porter, really good at doing pretty much everything.
Yeah, and he's really evolved his game. Was a spot-up shooter, could knock down threes in droves. Now he's evolved his game to where he can put the ball down on the court and get to the rim and finish. Lethal scorer.
For North Platte St. Patrick's, they're looking for a guy, a sophomore in Ben Hyrix, who was a part of last year's team, was phenomenal as a freshman. He just keeps getting better.
He really does. Might be the best spot-up shooter in the state of Nebraska. And I'll tell you what, St. Patrick's is lethal in the half-court offense, and a lot of it is because of what he can bring to the table.
Averaging 18 points per game. This might be a game that sees a lot of scoring. We'll be looking out for that as a potential track meet is up for watch. Before we get you to game time, I want to send it on down to the legend himself, Doug Duda.
Well, we just came off a game with two schools that know a lot about how to play football. Well, so do these two schools, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're very big. In fact, Coach Meyer from Bancroft Rosalie said one of their problems this year is rebounding the basketball, but if they get down early, don't worry about it. This is a team that's been able to come back in quite a few of their games so far this season. One interesting note, North Platte St. Pat's has been here quite a few times, but they're used to coming in as the number 1 seed, which means you're playing at 9 in the morning. We'll see if Coach O'Malley and the boys had enough coffee and 5-hour energy drink to get ready for the normal time that they play at every time that they take the court at around 7:45. Guys, getting ready for a great game here to finish up the day. North Platte St. Pat's and Bancroft Rosalie to see who moves on to the semifinals. And we've got it all coming up for you on News Channel Nebraska Television.
Anything for the floor. O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln, proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Hi, I'm Baylor Shireman, proud to call Aurora, Nebraska home. From dreaming big in a small town to being drafted by the Boston Celtics, I've always aimed for the best. That's why I rely on Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevrolet in Aurora for my vehicles. When you're driven to succeed, you choose a winning team. Before you drive away in your next car, check with the team that knows how to win. Roe. It's the Roe you know.
Hi, my name is Ryan.
News Channel Nebraska wrapping things up with our final game of the evening and day one of state basketball from Lincoln, Nebraska. Kaylin Devin, Andy Klassen with you today. Let's take a look at our school spotlight brought to you by Currency. If you need financing for RVs, ATVs, or other expensive items, Currency is here to help. Go check out GoCurrency.com today. So Bancroft, Rosalie, we talked about them in the pregame. Bancroft, Rosalie, BRLD. They are the Panthers. They have been to state 8 times. Won a state title back in 2014. A tremendous job by Corey Meyer with this program.
Phenomenal season, 21-4 on the year. Another one of those special type of seasons for however you want to slice it, dice it up. Bancroft, Rosalie, back at the state tournament.
North Platte St. Patrick's, they're no stranger to state 18 times they've been here. Just won 2 state titles, though, 1928 and then 2022. Last year, we talked about it a bit again in the pregame. Got upset to GACC, that first rounder. A Miles Dinsloggy buzzer beater to end the Irish's season a little bit early, but looking to make a big change here in Lincoln this year, and it starts as being underseeded, the 6th seed. They'll have to try and pull off the so-called upset against Bancroft Rosalie.
Oh, St. Patty from North Platte with a head coach of the name of William O'Malley. You can't make this stuff up. They're all Irish, and if they got a little luck on their side, they'll take it here tonight.
For a moment, I thought you were actually Irish. You got me there. We'll get our starters in just a moment, as right now we're seeing the non-starters for North Platte St. Patrick's. Winner of this matchup, Andy, will take on Howells Dodge, who got a pretty convincing win over Dundee County Stratton. They were held a 10-point lead for most of the way and just held off the Tigers from getting back in the ballgame.
The physicality that the Jaguars play with defensively is going to be a struggle for whoever can get there, and it's going to be fun to see these two teams that really like to run and gun, push the pace, and they got phenomenal shooting beyond the perimeter, both of these squads.
North Platte St. Patrick's has won their last 6 games. Meanwhile, Bancroft Rosalie, they did lose that sub-district final to Howells Dodge, the team that could be awaiting them if they win today. Our starters on the floor: Ben Heirigs, Logan Winder, Michael Fermansky, Sutton Tickle, and Peyton Kramer rounding out the starting 5 for the Irish. Ben Heirigs averaging 18.4 points per game. As a sophomore, this is a guy who can do it all.
Really can. He's evolved his game just enough to where he can threaten you with the dribble drive, and his shooting is phenomenal. Has been for a while.
Here's a look at Bancroft Rosalie, a really good shooting team. Samuel Dick, Braylon Wagner, Kavian Blackhawk, Jaden Browning, and Drake Porter. Our spotlight for today. Porter, talked about him a bit in the pregame. Averaging 17 points per game, 5 boards. He's a really good passer, too, and forces a lot of trouble on defense.
Yeah, they're a tough team to try and guard because they have so many offensive weapons. They share the basketball well, and it helps if they can push the pace, and you never know where that scoring threat is coming from each and every time down the court.
We're getting ready for tip-off here today in Lincoln, Nebraska from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. It's been a fun day of basketball. We'll have more fun tomorrow, but we're hoping to have a lot more fun tonight with our final game of the evening. It's the Panthers and the Irish meeting at midcourt for the pregame handshake.
You can just feel the anticipation, great atmosphere at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Both crowds getting loud. Heard the Bancroft Rosalie pep band getting into it earlier.
Pep bands are one of the best parts of coming down to state. It's so fun to hear all of the different bands, different songs they play, and they're always all just so full of energy.
Yeah, straight energy. It's just the way I feel like state basketball should sound, should feel. Playing Smoke on the Water, you know, a staple for a lot of pep bands across the state.
And the student sections, one of the best parts of being here as well. Bancroft Rosalie decked out in all white. Got different things on their shirts. I'm not going to read all of them. I'm not in love with number 4. So that's the trend where they write things that they know are not true, or are actually true. So
okay,
apparently he's in love with number 4. And that would be Landon Shepard. Ready for tip-off. Ball is tipped, and Bancroft Rosalie will start with the basketball. Browning will take it toward the center court and fire away a quick 3. Left that one short. Offensive rebound. Working inside. A missed shot by Samuel Dick. Here comes the Irish.
Nice job by crashing the boards from Dick, but that's where he can take his time, try and secure that shot. He was right at the rim.
Dishing it off to Fermansky. Now in the wing, it is Heirigs driving in, pull-up jumper. Such a smooth shot as Heirigs gets the Irish on the board.
And that was a no-doubter coming off that screen, elevating, got in that triple threat position.
Blackhawk down the timeline. This team loves to shoot the basketball, and they do a really good job at it. Here's a three-pointer. That's good. An answer by Braylon Wagner.
Excellent job by Browning, collapsing the defense, getting into the lane, staying under control.
1 point lead for Bancroft Rosalie with the triple. Plenty more where that came from. Fermansky. Ball is poked away and able to keep it with Tickle. Nice ball movement. Working inside and missing the shot. Great look for Kramer. And a foul against the Irish.
A little bit of a frustration foul there coming off the point-blank miss. Kramer did a fantastic job getting position, getting his defender on his backside, and then just missed the, should have been easy lay-in. Little frustration there for the Irish.
Kramer averaging 6.5 and 8 rebounds and a steal. Turnover, here's Winder, takes it all the way to the cup and puts it down.
Nice job with the Euro step there, starting right, going left, finishing left.
Jaden Browning with a lane on the baseline, good pass, and a kick out to an open 3. Porter, that's off the back of the rim, but the offensive rebound to Browning. Another three on the way. That time no good either. Blackhawk could not connect.
Browning's done a really nice job distributing the basketball. I think if you're North Platte, St. Patrick's feel pretty good. Panthers unable to score on that last occasion.
Pass to the wing. It's Hyriggs. Turn around, Ben Hyriggs tries to get rid of it, looking for Winder. It stays with the Irish.
That kind of left his feet there with nowhere to go.
According to William O'Malley, this is a team that loves to push it initially, find that good ball movement. A structured team on offense, which means they can do everything very well, very balanced. Low post, tough shot, and it rolls off the rim. But the offensive rebound, Hyriggs, reversal is no good. And the rebound by Samuel Dick, and tosses away to Winder.
Yep.
And a travel.
It was either going to be a travel or offensive foul because he did extend the elbow out a little bit. Tonight's crew, Bo Hess, Jacob Wolf, and Kelsey Appleby had this crew a number of times over the past couple of seasons. Fantastic officiating crew here tonight.
Browning finds Porter, and Drake Porter will lead the Panthers up the floor, except a turnover. Tickle gets the basketball and over to Kramer. Down low, spinning, and a foul.
I'll tell you what, Bancroft Rosalie has to take care of the basketball a little bit better than what they're doing. They're having trouble just getting the ball across half court.
I really like that spin move by Peyton Kramer.
Yeah, whether it's Kramer or Tickle, I think if you're an Irish fan, you like how you're getting your bigs involved early.
Free throw is good. 5-3 lead for North Platte St. Patrick's, a team that is 19-6. Losses to really good teams, though. Played a tough schedule. Second free throw rattles out, and Porter's got the basketball.
Putting those tough schedules together always challenges your team, gets them prepared to make a run here in March.
Ball is tipped, so no over and back up to Porter. Porter finds Dick in the corner. That rattles out. Offensive rebound. Great work by Porter, and then lost it. Tickle with the ball. Coast to coast, step through, finish for Tickle.
The turnovers, transition scoring, that's been the key here early for North Platte, St. Pat's.
4 early turnovers for the Panthers. They're shooting 17%.
Yeah, they've had some looks when they've been able to reverse the ball.
In the corner, open for three, and buries it.
Yep.
Cavian and Blackhawk rattles it home. 1 point game.
Yeah, got to a spot corner three. Well-designed play. Got that screen.
Hyriggs tipped away, not even looking. Blackhawk got his hand on it. Back inside. Tickle. Tough shot. What a turnaround jumper.
Gotta like what North Platte St. Patrick's is doing as far as working the ball inside and letting their centers, the two posts, the bigs, go to work.
Well, it's no secret they've got the size advantage. Three-pointer on the way. That's no good. A rebound by Kramer. 3-point lead for the Irish. Nearly lost the basketball. Hyriggs will take a deep three and hit it! Deep shot from a mile away.
Defense gambled there, went for the takeaway, tried to jump the passing lane. Hyriggs making them pay from downtown.
Irish double the score. Panthers calling a play with 3:18 to go in the first. Blackhawk finds Wagner.
It's where the Panthers don't have to panic. They got the shooters. They can score in droves. They can score in a hurry.
Tough jumper. Blackhawk hits the front end and drops.
Got that shooter's roll, Kalen.
It's the membership bounce. Got to pay a little extra. Sometimes it works for you. 12-8. Hyriggs now back to Tickle, looking for a shot on the inside. That's a tough one from Winder. Can't get it to go. Porter up the floor to Dick. Bancroft Rosalie. patient.
And this is okay for Bancroft Rosalie. Take your time on offense.
Three-pointer, Dick. It's good! Panthers back within one on another triple.
And the Irish don't want to do it. They don't want to extend their defense out. They want to clog up the middle, but they're going to have to run some of these shooters off that three-point line.
40% from the line, or from the floor, 4 of 10 shooting. Floater inside, too tall for Winder. Going back to Bancroft Rosalie. 1:54 to play in the first quarter, which is brought to you by John Henry's, our family serving yours.
And that's the right idea. If you're North Platte St. Patrick's, you like that you're mixing it up. You're trying to work the ball in size. Utilize that height advantage. Pass just a little too high, a little too tall that time on the entry.
Browning finds Blackhawk with the whole floor to go, slipping down his tickle. Fun first quarter so far. Blackhawk still with it, trying to go coast to coast, and picks up the foul.
Kind of an unorthodox look to how he likes to dribble. He stays upright a little bit, but, obvious foul, reach in.
Got a little loose with the ball.
Yeah.
A look at Corey Meyer in his 11th season. He's 213 and 69 with Bancroft Rosalie.
Pretty good record, wouldn't you say?
Tremendous. Bancroft Rosalie and BRLD legend Corey Meyer. Here's the try. Browning puts it up and misses, what he will head to the free throw line.
Browning's had such an impact. Coming off the dribble once again, getting by his initial defender, and that puts that help defender in a really tough spot.
He's a 5'8 sophomore, 5'11 sophomore, averaging 12 points per game. He's a good shooter.
And his ability to distribute early on really set the tone, set the pace for the Panthers.
Free throw is good. Ties us up at 12 with 1:37 to go in the first quarter. The winner of this matchup will play Howells Dodge on Friday at 10:45 a.m.
Lakota Russman enters into the game for the Panthers. I'll give him some size down low defensively.
Bancroft Rosalie in front, 13-12. Logan Winder to Hyriggs. Blackhawk with some good defense on him. Winder pull up three, that's no good. Good rebound, way to track that. It's Braithwaite, and then back up and a foul. No good, but that will send Winder to the line.
Winder, the 6'3 senior, staying so aggressive offensively. We've seen him get to the rim now a couple of times.
Final game of the evening. First free throw, no good.
That last occasion, Winder coming off the offensive rebound, still streaking down the middle of the lane, looking for that feed. Good on the Irish finding him while he was cutting.
Missed them both. Free throw's always big. Chest pass knocked out of bounds by Winder. It will stay with Bancroft Rosalie.
You said it, Kalen. This might turn into a track meet. We have seen both teams really try and get out and score in transition, push the pace as we take a look at head coach William O'Malley. Wearing all black.
I like it.
Yeah.
You think he's got a green suit in his closet?
I would think so.
Browning, he's looking for his first field goal to be made of the day. Three-pointer, that's no good by Porter. Nice rebound to Browning. Shot fake, drives in, carries that basketball, has it blocked by Kramer. Hyriggs down the floor and gets it to go.
Don't mind the no call there. Hyriggs did lower his shoulder, but the defender was still backpedaling, didn't have his feet set for the charge.
14-13 Irish. Panthers basketball. First quarter winding down. Near side for Briggs, and then back to Porter.
Not a bad idea here, resetting if you're a Panther fan.
Man-to-man defense really tight for the Irish. Here's Browning. 5 on the shot clock. Will pull up a tough shot. It's no good. Irish with a chance. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Furmansky down to 4. Hyrigs will take the 3 and hit it at the end of the first quarter, giving the Irish much needed momentum.
Yeah, that's just a big-time player stepping up in a big-time spot, closing out the first quarter in style.
Deep 3, Hyrigs gives the Irish a 4-point lead.
Hey, sports fans, heading to the big game tonight? Make sure you stop by Speedy Mart before you hit the stadium. Fuel up your car and grab your favorite snacks and drinks to keep your energy high. Whether it's chips, soda, or a quick meal, Speedy Mart has everything you need to kick off your game night right. Don't miss out. Swing by Speedy Mart for all your pre-game essentials.
Speedy Mart, snacks before the game.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
4-point lead for North Platte St. Patrick's after a buzzer beater first quarter 3 from Ben Hyrigs. Giving the Irish a 4-point lead. He's got the basketball now. He hit it from that exact same spot. Finds Winder on the inside. Winder throws it away. Stolen by Browning. Some tough defense on him. Browning finds Porter. Good ball movement by the Panthers.
A nice decision to back it out. Defense got back.
Back inside, turn around. It's Samuel Dick. He passes it back out to Porter. Finds Blackhawk driving in, trying to draw the foul.
Whoa.
He gets the shot to drop.
That's tough. That's a tough shot made there in the middle of the lane. A lot of traffic. Initially, Furmansky did a great job, number 20, with the ball there, coming over with the help defense, shutting down that initial drive.
Back inside, picked up by Kramer. Kramer tries to go up with it, and it's in and out, halfway down. Not able to finish, and that's a tough shot. And a tough ending to that shot from Kramer.
Yeah, Samuel Dick doing everything he can. Like you mentioned, giving up a little size, a little length, but got his hand on the ball, disrupted that offensive play just enough from Kramer.
5'11 senior who plays really tough on the inside. And a throwaway taken by Connick in with the right hand, finishes. Porter Connick puts the Irish back up by 4.
That's what's got to be so frustrating if you're a Panther fan. We've seen a couple careless turnovers in the backcourt.
5 Bancroft Rosalie turnovers to 3 for North Platte St. Patrick's. Porter, step through. What a pass, kick out, corner 3. That's too long for Wagner. Hyrigs back down, turnaround jumper, left that short. Blackhawk coming the other way, trying to hurry, and lost it. And then picked back up by Dick. Here comes a 3 from Porter. It's good! What a way to capitalize. Drake Porter for 3.
That's just kind of how it goes sometimes with Bancroft Rosalie. They scramble. Then they find a shooter wide open.
1-point ball game. 4 of 11 from 3 for Bancroft Rosalie. 2 of 3 from the perimeter for the Irish.
You mentioned it. How about Porter's drive a moment ago on the kick out?
3-pointer, Hyrigs. That's good. What an answer. Ben Hyrigs. He's 3 for 3 from triples. Got 13 points.
And that was a deep 3. Defender was there. Didn't matter.
Ben Hyrigs playing out of his mind to start the game.
No doubt. Shooting the ball with a lot of confidence.
Nice pass. What a feed from Browning to the cutting Porter.
That's that chemistry we were talking about in the pregame. Beautiful entry pass, bounce pass.
Boy, right on time.
Good defense, and there's a whistle.
Yep.
Second quarter is brought to you by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Make sure you go check them out at O Street Carpet. Another look at Coach O'Malley.
They were looking for that foul call. They got the whistle they were looking for. Love this style of play from both teams. Timeout hasn't been called by either bench.
Hyriggs. Baseline rises, fires, and no good. Out of bounds, going back to the Panthers. Make sure to join us as well for our halftime show. It's brought to you by Visit Kearney, where you can find it all in Kearney. Under 4.5 in quarter number 2. Jaden Browning to Wagner. Good pass, open 3, Blackhawk, good!
Yep.
And the Panthers take the lead.
It happens in a hurry, just enough movement there away from the basketball. You get a phenomenal shooter in Wagner, breaks loose, breaks free, spot up, knocked down.
23-22, Bancroft Rosalie back in front, Winder. Hyriggs, he's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. And there's a whistle on Blackhawk. Kind of tied up with Hyriggs.
Yeah, I'll do everything I could do to not let Hyriggs get loose either.
You gotta hold on to him. You gotta lock him down with the ball and chain. Say, stay here, young man. Sophomore's been so good already today. Nice pass in on the baseline and a bucket for Kramer. Put the Irish back up by 1.
So impressed with Kramer. You know, that guy's only a sophomore, but boy, does he look like a senior or upperclassman, carries himself that way.
And then gets the foul against him. Jaden Browning trying to drive in on Kramer. Three and a half to go in the first half. 24-23. North Platte St. Patrick's with a 1-point lead. They are the 6th seed. But they don't play like a 6th seed.
No. You talk about that challenging schedule. Played up a lot of times in class. Served him well throughout the season.
Three-pointer on the way. That's off to the right. Missing it wide. It's Kavian Blackhawk.
Yeah,
out of bounds.
Defender was right in his face there, Kalen. Knew he had to kind of get that off just a little quicker than he had to, or felt he had to. And that's what St. Patrick's, the Irish, they have to do. They're going to have to extend that defense out.
Fermansky across the timeline. Finds Hyriggs trying to body up his defender. Good kick out pass for 3. Left it short, and the rebound goes to Dick. Quickly up the floor. Good pass. Panthers can slow it down. Grayson Briggs not quite ready for that. Blackhawk, tough drive, no finish. Up the floor to Sutton Tickle, right hand, it's good, and the foul.
Samuel Dick had the right idea, try to draw the charge here, but yeah, you can see he was moving his feet.
That's a great call.
Yep, Sutton Tickle did a great job the way he set that up, cutting across the lane. That didn't really allow the defense to get set.
Timeout on the floor with 2:32 to go in the first half. North Platte St. Patrick's leading Bancroft Rosalie by 3. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hi, I'm Jake. I grew up with a great relationship with God. After high school, I became selfish and put my own desires before God. I struggled with alcohol and lust, and the devil had a tight grip on me. My life was full of darkness, and I was on the verge of losing my family. Thankfully, I chose God as my higher power, and through treatment, amended my relationship with God and my family. If you are struggling, contact your local pastor or priest, or call 402-379-2030.
St. Patrick is here with us today. How about that?
Looks really good for his age.
I'd say so too.
That's a full beard right there.
Halftime highlights coming up, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers and Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. We'll give you all of our fun first half highlights at our Visit Kearney halftime show. Free throw no good. Rebound poked around and picked back up by Bancroft Rosalie. They trail by 3, 2.5 to go in the half.
St. Pat's unable to finish the three-point play. Coming off the scoring transition.
Wegner now back into the corner for Browning. Nice drive, good feed, good ball movement. Blackhawk for 3, ties us up at 26.
You got to have a knockdown shooter like Blackhawk, but once again, it was Browning creating. Once he got baseline, everything went into motion for the offense.
It's exactly what Corey Meyer talked about. Guards love to spread things out. Able to get the ball around there for the 3. 6th Bancroft Rosalie three-pointer today. Here's an answer from North Platte St. Patrick's. That's no good by Tickle. Dick with the rebound and a minute 40 to go in the half. Deadlocked at 26. Blackhawk tries a deeper 3. Hits it again! Kavian Blackhawk, 16 points. 4 of 6 from beyond the arc.
Yep, manipulating the defense. Got just enough of a screen there. Defender also fell down. Panthers taking full advantage.
They've made 5 of the last 7 field goals. A 6-0 run, and this is thrown out of bounds. A turnover. Bancroft Rosalie student section is fired up.
Love that white out. Teams run the all white, bright white unis.
And a timeout called by head coach William O'Malley. Will take one too. 1:14 to go in the half. Bancroft Rosalie leads North Platte St. Patrick's by 3.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit gocurrency.com for details. The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by See the Trainer with locations in Columbus, Lincoln, Omaha, Bellevue, and North Platte.
$1:14 to go in the half. Bancroft Rosalie 29. North Platte St. Patrick's 26. I see someone doesn't dance. I bet that's a lie. Someone wants to keep their dance going today into the semifinals. Who will that be? Pass in, tipped away. Browning picks it up. Finds Wagner. Up to Blackhawk.
Boy, tremendous on-ball pressure there from North Platte St. Patrick's. Nearly got the takeaway.
Their full court press is lethal.
And this is a nice little change of pace here for Bancroft Rosalie. Rest on offense, work on defense.
Browning pull up three-pointer. That's off the back of the rim. One-handed rebound by Kramer. That's his 4th board.
He's doing a really nice job tracking down a lot of, deep rebounds coming from these deep shots.
That size for you works out well. 6'2". Back to Winder for 3. No good. A bit of a flat shot. And the putback is no good either. Another offensive rebound.
Oop.
Winder has it back to Hydrigs. 10 seconds. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebound by Briggs. Panthers with a chance. Finds Wagner. Open 3. No. Does not quite hit it. But Bancroft Rosalie takes a 3-point lead over North Platte St. Patrick's into the locker room. 29-26. The Panthers over the Irish after one with our Visit Kearney halftime show. Coming up next on NCN.
Worked with Agri City pretty much since the beginning of my ownership here at Motoplex. It's real important for us to have good insurance, a good insurance provider that works with us with the different aspects of having a lot of new inventory, used inventory, and then customers' machines while we're fixing them. They make it really easy to have me just focus on the business because they take care of the back end stuff. They care about Motoplex, but they care about us here at Motoplex as people and individuals.
I'm Rick Keener with Agri City Insurance, protecting what you grow.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Well, we told you to be on track meet alert, and I think we gave you the right call. 29-26, Bancroft Rosalie with a 3-point lead over North Platte St. Patrick's. Really fun first half of basketball. Kaylin Devon, Andy Klassen joining you tonight from the Bob Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln, Nebraska. How about that first half?
Yeah, up and down, frantic pace at times. St. Patrick's kind of got lured into following the ball inside. Bancroft Rosalie so good at reversing the ball, passing the ball, and finding shooters in space.
They've got the lead right now, and maybe a place for them to go practice later on in the season. Kearney Sportsplex.
No doubt.
How about that? Kearney
Yes, sir.
Sportsplex is a beautiful building coming in the spring of 2025. You can check out this amazing location. They've got pickleball courts, Andy. That's what I'm pumped up about. Pickleball courts, a 300-meter track, 3-lane running and walking. But, of course, multiple basketball courts.
Multiple basketball courts, wrestling mats. If you got a youngster that's in any sport, you can just pretty much figure on a camp or a tournament that's going to be out at the Kearney Sportsplex. Can't wait for that place to open up.
Located on Eunice Drive, putting it conveniently near hotels, restaurants, and the new Visit Kearney Center. Check out the Kearney Sportsplex. Also, check us out on Twitter at NCN Sports, or we should say X. Check us out there. We'll post all of our post-game recaps. We'll post different plays throughout the matchup. Everything for you can be found on our Twitter page.
No doubt about it. And, yeah, there's going to be a lot of highlights after today's 6 full games of coverage come from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. Getting back to this game, North Platte has done a pretty nice job finding high rigs at times. Other times we've seen their defense cause turnovers and get out into the open court. That's really been the key for St. Patrick's in that first half, causing turnovers, getting into the open court.
It's really been two guys who have really helped their team so far. Kavian Blackhawk, 16 points, and Ben Hyriggs with 13 points as well. Taking a look now at our bracket, Howells Dodge took down Dundee County Stratton, so they are going to be playing the winner of this matchup today. It could be Bancroft Rosalie. Those two teams have played twice already this season. They split the series. North Platte St. Patrick's trying to say, hey, we're trying to get in there instead of you guys, earn our way to the semifinals. Of course, Johnson Brock and McCool Junction playing on Friday as well. Sending it down to the legend, Doug Duda, for an update.
Well, on this day of consolidation and co-op, sometimes it's just hard to keep up with what everybody's doing and what communities are playing. And that may be the case if you're trying to find out about Bancroft Rosalie. It was Bancroft Rosalie, and then Lions Decatur came in, and we knew them as BRLD for a few years. And in fact, Coach Meyer was the coach of that team. So don't overlook that BRLD was really good, but when you look at the program, it goes back to 2015 for Bancroft Rosalie. Something else you might notice, we had kind of a heavy one last halftime talking about what was going on with Dundee County Stratton and Coach Freeling's son. Watch the young student manager for North Platte St. Pat's out there. They are Ryan O'Neill and Caleb Hyriggs. There are 9 Hyriggs boys, and of course his big brother's scoring a lot of points. But watch Caleb and Ryan in their ties bringing out the water to the officials at halftime. And Brad Braithwaite, the athletic director of North Platte St. Pat, says that's something that they've just decided to do and have done it all year long, and now they're doing it here at the state tournament. So hopefully a feel-good story for both these teams as they get ready for the second half.
The halftime show is proudly presented by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney. State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point, redefining senior living with a steadfast commitment to comfort, compassion, and dignity. Agri-City Insurance, protecting what you grow. And by Family Physical Therapy and Sports Center, getting you back in the game.
At the racetrack or the rat race round town, fuel matters. Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitor Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
State basketball on NCN is brought to you by Roe Buick in Grand Island and Roe Chevy in Aurora. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Getting it done. The cymbals, the cymbals are always the most fun members of the band. And I know from being in the marching band and in high school and college, those cymbals, they have a good time.
Right now they're playing some One Republic, Ryan Tedder. They're on point, I'm telling you what.
I'm impressed with your knowledge of music.
Yeah, well, we went to a One Republic, concert a couple years ago. That's just a fantastic songwriter, wonderful band, and wonderful pep band here for Bancroft, Rosalie.
Well, check out our halftime highlights in that first half of action, brought to you by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, dazzling gemstones can all be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations, and Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. First half highlights. This guy was huge, and we saw it from his first jumper, Ben Heirigs. What a phenomenal first half.
Yeah, 13 of the 26 points. He got it going early from beyond the arc.
So did Braylon Wagner. Find an open three, gets things going there. That was his first three-pointer and his only three-pointer so far. Looking to keep it going for him with this Euro step. What a move by Winder. You talked about it. You love Euros.
I do, and Winder with a great pass to the bucket there, setting up the defender in transition.
You're a fan of the Euro food as well, right?
You better believe it. I like all food.
Another one from Winder as he winds up getting another bucket to fall. Now a three-pointer in the corner. That time it is good for Kavian Blackhawk, and he got really, really going toward the end of the first quarter, into the second quarter. A three to answer from Heirigs. He's been phenomenal. Not only does he have 13 points, he's 3 of 3 from the perimeter.
Yeah, just phenomenal shooter. Speaking of phenomenal shooters, Blackhawk again with the connection.
KJ Blackhawk came into this matchup 13 points per game. He's got 16 as of now, knocking down 4 three-pointers. And that time, a three-pointer by Samuel Dick.
Boy, and he's done a really nice job defensively, giving up some size, but doing everything he can to defend that rim.
How about that time? Another one. We talk about Heirigs, how good he's been to end the first quarter. Fires up the Irish, heading to quarter number 2. KJ Blackhawk again gets it to drop.
Love how he can switch up things offensively. That time getting into the lane, that was a difficult shot.
Really tough. Another bucket coming for Bancroft Rosalie. That time Drake Porter, one of our players to watch here today, the 5'10 senior, with a three-pointer. And how about Hyriggs? Again, his third three of the first half.
Steps into that one with a defender right in his face. Doesn't matter.
Another one drops for Bancroft Rosalie. That time it is Blackhawk once more. And the final play of our first half highlights. How about another one for KJ Blackhawk?
Yeah, and both those threes came from a pass from Samuel Dick, doing a really nice job distributing the basketball. And that previous one, you had Browning getting baseline. We mentioned Browning a couple of times and his ability to draw the defense in. That opens up that kick out. And with a shooter like Blackhawk who's on it tonight, that's been some really good success for the Panthers on the offensive side.
Another guy who is on it tonight, the legend, Doug Duda.
All right, guys, talked with head coach Bill O'Malley at North Platte St. Pat's. Both coaches had expressed that they weren't the strongest rebounding teams, but it seems like St. Pat's, when they do get the ball inside, having a little more success. Coach O'Malley says they're having trouble getting it inside. Their passing lanes aren't as crisp as they want them to be. And he says they came down today instead of the night before like they've done with those 9 a.m. games, so they're still settling in. As far as Corey Meyer at Bancroft Rosalie, he says, you can tell our kids haven't been here before. He says they need to get a lot more crisp on the way they're running their offense, but both coaches agreed that the long-distance shots that they're knocking down for Bancroft Rosalie has made up for any deficiencies that they have had. So that's what the coaches have said. Should be a great second half.
Thank you, Doug. And you're right, Corey Meyer has been a coach of this Bancroft Rosalie team now for 11 seasons, won back-to-back titles in 19 and 20 with BRLD. But this senior class, this is their first trip to Lincoln. Haven't been here since 2021.
Yeah, and you can't just rely on the three-point shot to bail you out over some careless turnovers or some lapses on defense. Those are some things they want to tighten up. Definitely, discuss that during the halftime break.
They've knocked down 7 of 17 threes so far. KJ Blackhawk, the kick out to Wegner. Blackhawk with 16 points, had a great first half. Samuel Dick, nice baseline jumper, was fading backward.
Excellent job getting to his spot. You saw that drive from Blackhawk, drew that defender in just enough.
Winder finds Furmansky, tipped away. He's able to keep it. Good ball movement underneath and blocked. Offensive rebound, back up in a foul. You've loved the play from Peyton Kramer so far today, Andy.
Yeah, really you have. At that time, just staying under control, getting tripped up there with the early block, but staying with it and then going strong back at the hoop, drawing the foul, get himself to the line.
And misses the front end of that free throw. He is currently 1 for 3 from the line. He's got 3 points, but 5 rebounds. Been a workhorse on the glass.
Yeah, and more importantly, Porter there with the initial block. That gives him 3 fouls. One of the best offensive weapons for the Panthers. Going to have to take a quick seat to the bench. Kind of save him from getting up that, picking up that 4th foul.
Second free throw is good. Browning down the lane and a good ball movement for Bancroft Rosalie in this third quarter. Nice move by Wegner. He drives and leaves it short. Hyriggs was busting in there to try to get that block. Tough shot, no good. Out of bounds, going back to the Panthers.
Yeah, the Irish had numbers there, couldn't take advantage, got the ball down low in a hurry. Obviously one of their strengths they want to exploit here tonight.
There's a Panther on the screen. Usually if you see those in the city, you gotta run. Actually, you're not supposed to run.
You're supposed
back
to get
away.
Big, right? Get big?
Get big, like that. Oh, man. Down hard to the floor. Goes KJ Blackhawk. He is up okay. Take another look.
And you can kind of take your pick on who you want to give the foul to. Multiple hands, bar arms coming down.
Initially pretty good defense, but a little too much body. Forces that foul, and the first free throw is good.
You also had an additional defender come in and kind of take a swipe at the end.
Blackhawk got them both. Puts Bancroft Rosalie up by 6. 6.5 to go in the third.
For North Platte, St. Pat's, they don't need to panic. Just run their offense, only down a couple possessions here.
Heirigs inside, finding the bigger Peyton Kramer. Good
Nice
delivery
pass.
to Tickle.
Yep.
Sutton Tickle off the glass. What a kiss.
Yep.
That drops in.
Beautiful touch. In some traffic. That's a welcome sight. If you're from North Platte, your two posts playing amongst themselves down low, generating some offense.
Sutton Tickle with 8 points. He's 4 of 7 shooting. Doesn't have a rebound today, but he's done great opening up the offense on the interior. Samuel Dick, kick out to Wegner. His 3, that's off the mark. Heirigs down the floor. Winder pull up off the back of the rim and no good. As Browning skies for the rebound. Races down the floor and a nice bounce pass to Blackhawk, who finishes at the rim.
See, and that's where shooting a lot of threes, those kind of negates your size. There's going to be a lot of long rebounds. It's allowing Bancroft Rosedale to catch it and run, scoring in transition once again. What a beautiful bounce pass you were talking about.
20 points for KJ Blackhawk. Baseline jumper, Heirigs, no good. Nice rebound, back up, and good again. Sutton Tickle, he's got 10.
He is so good. Timed that perfectly, crashing the boards, getting paid off with a putback.
4:40 to go in the third. Nice crossover. KJ Blackhawk, it's been his game so far. Good ball movement. Dick in the corner for 3. Can't get it to drop. On the rebound to Fermansky.
Extra pass, allowed for the open shot.
Sutton Tickle reverse. What a game for Tickle. He's got 12.
You can see what the Irish are trying to do. That's pound the ball inside, and why wouldn't you? That is one of your decided advantages. And right now, Sutton Tickle taking full advantage.
Browning, his pass tipped away and stolen. Off the touch, Fermansky's got it. Kramer, turnaround, floater is short. And Tickle with the rebound. Or rather, Dick with the rebound, Tickle with the foul.
Yeah. Love the effort here from Tickle. But yeah, you can see it just got right into Samuel Dick. Drew the whistle.
Good form on the reverse lunge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're a lunge guy, right?
Now I'm a big reverse lunge guy.
Don't miss a leg day at the gym.
Oh, you can't. How can you? Bounce pass. Wegner drives. Good dish. And the bucket for Grayson Briggs.
And that's where the Panthers have been at their best here in the second half. Taking a shot, taking an opportunity early in that shot clock.
Kramer finds Winder. Back up and in. And a timeout by O'Malley. 3:35 to go in the third. Bancroft Rosalie clinging to a 2-point lead, 37-35 over.
Nebraska weather is extreme, fast-changing, and at times severe. That's why News Channel Nebraska is turning to the person who knows Nebraska's weather best. Introducing Chief Forecaster Kent Bowden. With over 40 years of forecasting experience and a place in the Nebraska Broadcasters Hall of Fame, Kent brings unmatched experience to your screen. Watch Kent on NCN Monday through Thursday, bringing his forecast to the entire state.
Third quarter brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic's Norfolk location. Choose the medical clinic your friends recommend. 5-star patient rated Dr. Harper and Spano Plus. Their specialists are building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time.
Okay, so the dead ball is going to allow for North Platte St. Patrick's to get into their full court pressure, something they've been known for over the seasons.
Here comes Browning, a lot of speed. Delivers good ball movement. Drake Porter back into the game. Andy playing with 3 fouls.
He's got to be careful.
Oh, miscommunication. Browning was looking for cutting Porter.
Yep.
Porter stopped his momentum on a dime.
That's just a really good defensive stand right there for the Irish. North Platte St. Patrick's taking it up a notch or two.
Irish trail by 2. Bancroft Rosalie had the lead at halftime. And they've held it this entire quarter. Tough shot. Heinrichs fading to the right. How'd he get that to go?
Unorthodox take, no doubt, but able to get it to go. Once again, just shooting with a lot of confidence, and why not?
Tied up at 37. Browning. Blackhawk pulls up and misses that time. Rebound by Peyton Kramer. That is his 7th board.
There's that guy, once again, crashing the boards.
Top of the circle, Connick. Over to Heinrichs. And stolen. Great effort. Blackhawk getting in there. Just jumping all over the basketball. Feeds a pass to Dick. A step back 3. Buries it.
See, that was in rhythm. That was in a nice offensive flow.
Heinrichs to Winder. Winds his way inside and no good. Rebound collected by Porter.
No good, but it looked good.
.140 to go in the third. It's Jaden Browning. He is 0 for 4 on the floor. He's got 2 points for 2 free throws. Briggs to Browning, trying to get on the board, and he does! A huge 3! Jaden Browning.
He is so good with the dribble drive distributing. You've got to respect that. And that's why the defense was off him just a little bit, allowed him to take that open 3.
Connick back to Heinrichs. He's in his spot right now. He'll pull up from the high post. Not able to get it, a little bit short.
Yeah, and that was just Heinrich stepping up, understanding that he is the #1 scoring option for St. Patrick's, trying to make something happen.
Final minute in the third quarter. Drake Porter lost the basketball. Connick's got it. Irish trail by 6. Heinrichs, tough shot, turnaround, no good. A nice rebound by Grayson Briggs.
Trap is set.
On it, Dick's got it. Numbers so far, trying to get back and almost thrown away.
For a second there. Looked like Browning was going to pull the trigger.
Thought about it, but the shot clock winding down. Almost no separation, just about a second. Actually, they're pretty in sync right now. The kick, good ball movement. Blackhawk for 3, good! Bancroft Rosalie to end the third quarter. Delivers. It's KJ Blackhawk, 23 points. And the Panthers lead it by 9.
Oh my goodness, and that was right in front of the student section. Look at this beautiful ball movement. The extra pass, Kalen. Look at him turn around, look up his student section saying, you got it, you got it.
Bancroft Rosalie by 9. One more quarter to go with a date with Howells Dodge on the line.
Five Points Bank brings communities together. Five Points Bank. Better bank, better community, better life.
Baby cam alert to start the fourth quarter. Whoever that baby's rooting for, I mean, they got a great fan on their squad.
Yeah, great game. Either way here. Oh, there we go.
Bancroft Rosalie. That's a good team to root for.
All right.
As they lead it by 9. Fourth quarter, big 3, KJ Blackhawk. He's 5 of 8 from the perimeter, 23 points. North Platte, St. Patrick's.
And Wegner's defense right there, number 4 for the Panthers. He's done a phenomenal job making life difficult for Benjamin Hyriggs. There he is poking the ball away. That really can't be understated when you negate the number one scoring option for a team.
Hermansky. 9-point lead feels big. It's really not that big. Both teams can go on runs at any moment. Pass inside, caught by Kramer. Good job able to keep that and gets it to go.
That is a fantastic look coming out of the quarter break. They're getting right back to what you had so much success for earlier in that third quarter. That's your post.
He's got such a long reach, able to get out there and get those passes that might not be right on him. KJ Blackhawk, no good. 7-point deficit for the Irish. Sutton Tickle is fouled.
Yeah, they're going to get a reach in here on Samuel Dick. Once again, giving up a lot of size, doing everything he can. As you saw, a couple of big fellas going back and forth there, getting into each other.
Winder goes up, leaves it short, and Browning collects the board.
Well, he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's swarmed by 3 players and a jump ball.
Obviously, Bancroft Rosalie was looking for the reach in. They're still going to retain possession with the possession arrow pointing their direction here.
Whoop. Pass a little too far. Going out of bounds. And the Irish force a turnover.
A couple of times now, Browning and Porter just haven't been on the same page.
Winder for 3. A little bit long.
That was right there.
Wegner with the rebound. Kicks it out. Porter tries one himself. That's off the back of the rim. No good.
Not a bad look. Not a bad take.
Drive to the bucket. And a blocking foul. And 1. Peyton Kramer gets the Irish on their feet.
We're getting another look at it here. I don't know how much more set you could be if you're Samuel Dick. I got to think the officials are thinking he's a little too far underneath the rim.
Yeah, maybe in the restricted area. You can't really see it marked.
Head coach Corey Mara wants to call a timeout, slow things down, try and get away from some of this momentum, because you can feel it. North Platte, St. Patrick's, they're on fire right now.
46-41, Bancroft Rosalie leads by 5 over North Platte St. Patrick's, but the Irish are rolling. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
Yeah, welcome back here. Love the aggressive nature here. Trying to poke the ball away. North Platte St. Patrick getting right back down to the middle with their post. Was it a charge? Was it not? I love the tenacity there. Peyton Kramer attacking the rim. Samuel Dick felt he was set, felt he had the charge. Good to see the student section. They're still charged up.
Yeah, they're on a roller coaster right now. 46-41. Our fourth quarter is thanks in part to Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. A big free throw for Peyton Kramer. His play cannot be understated.
Yeah.
9 points, 7 rebounds. Doing the dirty work.
When North Platte St. Patrick's has had success on the offensive end here in the second half, it's been through the post with the likes of Peyton Kramer and Sutton Tickle.
Turn around. Dick lost it. Kramer's on it, and there's a foul on Blackhawk. Just his second foul, but the third against Bancroft Rosalie. And North Platte St. Patrick's does not have one against them this quarter. That's huge.
Yeah, it could really come into play down the stretch. Kramer with a nice strip of the basketball.
High-Riggs double-teamed, gets rid of it to Tickle. 15 on the shot clock. Ball poked away, nearly stolen. And another foul on Browning this time.
Yeah, officials just not liking how physical the Panthers have been here recently.
Corey Myers shaking his head.
You know, and I'm sure if you're a North Platte St. Patrick's fan, you're thinking, well, that could have been a reach-in, that could have been a reach-in. Thank goodness, finally we got a whistle.
So 4 fouls against the Panthers. Big for the Irish.
Okay, now there's a shoving match going on underneath the rim.
Well, and the first whistle looked like it was going to be an offensive foul, and it is.
It is, yep. That was Peyton Kramer straight up shoving his defender, trying to get space, trying to make space underneath. Let's take a look at it here on the replay, brought to you by Unity Eye Centers. Kind of a slow-mo look. We're not going to get into it.
Yeah. And an over and back on Bancroft Rosalie. So it's going back to the Irish.
Yeah, and that's an opportunity kind of squandered for Bancroft Rosalie. You got the call. You got the offensive call you were looking for. And you give it right back. Another careless turnover. We saw a couple of those in the first half.
Class D1 after dark going crazy right now. Three-pointer, High-Riggs. Can't get it to drop. Tickle keeps it alive. High-Riggs this time, no. Kramer with the rebound. And a foul.
It's going to be on the floor.
Peyton Kramer starring in next season's edition of Dirty Jobs.
And you saw that little shove before that.
So now the Irish are in the bonus for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And Kramer delivers on the first free throw.
So it doesn't matter if it was on the floor or not. Now the Irish are in the bonus, going to get shoot two regardless.
4 of 9 from the line as a team and make it 5 of 10. 2-point ball game. Sutton Tickle takes a seat as Porter Connick comes back in. Panthers 9-point lead to start the quarter is just 2. Browning.
Now this is where the Panthers don't have to force anything. You know, after all that, they still have the lead.
Porter thought about it, drives in, nice move, delivers to Dick, and Samuel Dick. Great pass and a finish.
Excellent extra pass, and I think with that hand going across the net, that could have been a goaltend, but it goes through regardless.
Kramer to High-Riggs. Stick around for our player of the game, brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point and Roe Buick in Grand Island and Aurora. We'll get to interview whoever wins this matchup, one of their best players.
Nice follow. Oh, my goodness.
High-Riggs, another rebound, Kramer. Peyton Kramer.
Look out.
Browning
hurt.
Down on the floor.
Boy, North Platte St. Patrick's just out muscling Bancroft Rosalie underneath the hoop.
48-46, 4:27 to go in the ball game. We'll take a timeout and come back on News Channel Nebraska.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
Might have just been a cramp for Browning as he's back up. Gatorade bottle in hand. 4:27 to go. Bancroft Rosalie with a 2-point lead.
Get that man some electrolytes and get him back into the game, right, Kalen?
Exactly.
Panthers still clinging to that 2-point lead.
What a turnaround jumper. KJ Blackhawk. He's got 25.
What an adjustment during that little break there. Understanding that the Irish are going to run a tight man-to-man. Okay, let's let one of our premier scorers get into that isolation.
Pass inside, right-hand floater finishing for Logan Winder.
Excellent job, North Platte. Once again, playing to their strengths, feeding the post. They got the length advantage, use it.
Drake Porter slowing things down on the offensive end. Porter drives, kicks Samuel Dick. No good. It skims off the rim.
That was just off the mark.
Chance for North Platte St. Patrick's to tie or take the lead. They've trailed for the entire second half. That three is no good. Offensive rebound to tie. No.
Trey Formansky, great hustle, tracking down the offensive board. Just felt like he rushed the putback. And you can't discredit the hustle there, trying to crash the boards, get that offensive rebound.
11 offensive rebounds for North Platte St. Patrick's and 4 for Bancroft Rosalie.
That's been a decided advantage for the Irish all evening long.
And the second chance points, 7 of them for the Irish, and a timeout on the floor. Still Panthers in front, 50-48, but the Irish are charging back in this ball game. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
State basketball and NCN is brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice for complete vision care for all ages. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Back into the ball game, the Panthers have a 50-48 lead over North Platte St. Patrick's. It is a tight ball game.
That Panther seemed unfazed. I haven't seen him change expression all game long.
It's just been back and forth, but in the terms of fast playing, it's still reigned true throughout this ball game.
Yeah. Good to see Browning check back into the game. St. Pat's looking to really amp things up defensively here, staying in that man-to-man.
Browning slides to the left, now back to the right. Pull-up jumper, Browning, good! Oh. What a shot!
He's not good. He is not good on that
back
ankle.
Down, trying to limp his way in the game, fighting through the pain. Ball is stolen.
And how about
and
Porter?
He is fighting.
How about Porter with the defensive play, pretty much the fourth quarter right now. That was a huge takeaway, and Browning just can't go. He's been entered the game in that ankle brace.
He's going to get some more Gatorade. You deserve it, young man. What a shot.
Yeah, and came down that left ankle.
The lead is 4. 52-48. Blackhawk will pull up, and it's in and out.
That was in and out. My goodness.
Coming down to the wire. Irish trail by 4.
Yeah, ball gets a little sticky here for St. Pat's.
High Riggs rises and cannot knock it down. Porter with the board to Wagner. And a foul, a great job.
Yep.
Wagner trying to slow down his momentum. And that is foul number 5 on Sutton Tickle.
That's huge.
So he is done today.
You love the hustle from Tickle trying to get back on defense. Just got on top of Wagner there. And Wagner looked like he might have been aware of that. So he just continued to, advance the ball himself and drew that whistle out. And that could be a critical whistle down the stretch.
Stick around for our top plays today, brought to you by Currency. We'll give those to you after the matchup. Bounce pass to Dick. Every time Browning's been back into the game after his cramp, he delivers.
Drew that double team over. You had to respect it, but then a beautiful feed. Hit at the tail end.
On the wing, Hyriggs, jumper, fouled, and Ben Hyriggs going to the line. He has been a little quiet this second half.
Blackhawk all over him. That's where he didn't have to foul. That was great defense. The double team came over. That was going to be a difficult shot regardless.
After going 5 for 9 from the floor, he is just 1 for 8 in the second half. And misses the free throw. Unlike Ben Hyriggs.
Yeah, there's certain guys that, take the line. You just expect 2 free throws made. Heinrich's definitely one of those guys.
Got the second. 5-point game with a minute and a half left. Bancroft, Rosalie in front. Can slow things down, but got to take care of the basketball. Porter kicks out. Offensive foul. Whoa. Irish will get the ball back with little time off the clock.
Boy, that one stings if you're a Panthers fan. Because Porter wasn't even looking to score. He was looking to kick out. And you could say a defender may have been leaning. Official calling it with authority, though, underneath the hoop.
Logan Winder across the timeline. 65 seconds left. Tough shot, Winder, it rolls in! 3-point game. And William O'Malley calls a timeout with 1 minute left.
Okay, excellent job by North Platte, St. Patrick's, understanding where they're at in this game, okay? And going to their strengths, playing to their strengths. They got the advantage down low, right? So get it down low, let your bigs create. Now we have a 2-possession game here. Quick timeout by head coach William O'Malley, so you can bet your bottom dollar. He's talking about his defense, what he wants to set up. Wouldn't be surprised if we see some full court pressure, but then also offensively, what do we want to do? Do we want to work the ball back inside? Do we want to play inside out? Hyriggs, your number one scoring option. Are we looking to get him free, get him loose, get him a jumper here? If it's me, I like to try and extend the game, and I like to work through the post. The centers, my 2 bigs have been doing the most damage offensively. If it's not broke, Kalen, why fix it?
Why fix it indeed? I can't assume, but I would think that they go full court press.
Yeah.
It's really giving the Panthers fits today every time they have.
Yeah, they're so good with that man-to-man on-ball pressure. You got to think that was the first thing head coach Corey Meyer said. Take care of the ball.
And here they go. The press is on. Browning gets it, tipped away, nearly taken. Now it's Wegner. Got to get it up the floor to Browning, and he does. St. Patrick's nearly forces a turnover.
Got a little frantic there, and now they're just playing keep away.
13 on the shot clock.
Coach saying don't foul, don't foul.
Wegner underneath, and a foul. It would have been a wide open bucket. Oh, man.
Late whistle, the no-look pass from Blackhawk on the money.
But that resets the shot clock. 33 seconds to go. Shot clock is off.
Yeah.
So as long as the Panthers get it in, you're going to have to foul if you're North Platte St. Patrick's. Maybe try to get a steal first.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to foul.
And how many times were the Irish this close to generating that takeaway? They had the double team set in the backcourt. Nearly were able to jump the passing lane on a couple of occasions. But somehow, some way, the Panthers were able to advance the ball. Then really did a nice job taking care of the ball and bleeding time, forcing the issues. And I'll tell you what, Blackhawk with a phenomenal no-look pass underneath once the defense was out of position. But there was a foul earlier, so that was a good call by the official.
3-point lead for Bancroft Rosalie over North Platte St. Patrick's. Oh, yeah, St. Patrick back on the screen.
They wouldn't mind a little luck of the Irish right now.
They might need it.
Got to think North Platte St. Patrick's going to jump it early, play a little aggressive, go for that initial takeaway. If it's not there, if they don't get that turnover, they're going to foul quick. Try and, once again, extend this game out.
It is Blackhawk to pass it in, finds Drake Porter, back to Blackhawk, and immediately fouled by Jackson Braithwaite. And that puts Blackhawk on the line. KJ's got 25 points. He is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, excellent job getting that ball right back to Blackhawk out of the inbounds.
First one is good. A friendly roll.
Oh, just phenomenal spin on the basketball. Perfect rotation. Helped them out on that one.
The lead is 4. It's a 2-possession game. Both are perfect for KJ Blackhawk.
It's where the Panthers don't have to foul. They do not have to foul.
And you don't have to go for a 3 if you're North Platte St. Patrick's. High Riggs, there's a foul. Blackhawk, 23.6 to go. And that puts High Riggs back on the line. He went 1 for 2 his last trip.
Yeah. You know, this isn't a terrible scenario right now for St. Pat's. Getting High Riggs back to the line. Clock is stopped. Able to get a couple back right here.
And you'll have a chance for your full court press to come back out too. See if you can put the Panthers in a little bit of trouble.
You're exactly right. That's a good point. They nearly came away with that turnover on that last possession.
Isaac Irish into the game. That's fitting. High Riggs to make it a 1-score game. Drills it.
All right, we're going to have a defensive substitution here for the Irish.
23.6 to go. Panthers trying to stay alive. A heave up to Browning. Delivers to Dick and a finish at the rim.
Love it. If you got the 2-on-1, take it.
High Riggs puts up the 3. No. Browning got drilled. Bancroft Rosalie intentionally fouled with 8 seconds to go. Panthers are this close from moving on.
How about the job Corey Myers done for Bancroft Rosalie? What an inbounds play drawn up. You knew there was going to be a scrum, you know, right there around the 15-foot line. Browning's able to leak out, get behind the defense. Then another patented assist, making it look a little too easy out there is Browning.
Missed free throw by Porter. So it's still a 5-point game. Second one is good. Up to 6, 8 seconds left. Irish gonna need 2 threes. 5 seconds, can they get one off? Stepped out of bounds, and that's gonna do it. As long as the Panthers get the ball in, it's done.
Yep, excellent execution there from the Panthers. Not fouling, but keeping some on-ball pressure.
Bancroft Rosalie at state for the first time since 2021, and they are moving on.
You know, at times, Kalen, it just felt like Bancroft Rosalie, everything was working against them. North Platte, St. Patrick's really got into a rhythm offensively. Looked like they're going to kind of take over the game. But somehow, some way, the Panthers kept that 2-point lead, able to extend it right down to the bitter end there.
And on Friday night, we will see Bancroft Rosalie Howells Dodge Part 3 for a chance for the state title. And we're pumped about it. 59-53 your final score. Panthers take down the Irish on News Channel Nebraska. Our player of the game and head coach interview with Corey Meyer is coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speedy Mart. When you have to fuel your journey and feed the crew, whether it's many or a few, Speedy Mart is fresh, ready, super clean, and convenient.
Here, customers can expect the highest quality fuel that they deserve.
And when you make a pit stop, it's gotta be fast. Easy in, easy out. Speedy Mart for the win.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. Do you live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
This broadcast is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or Good to Go convenience stores today. See the trainer. Need relief from pain or support for recovery? Don't see just anyone. See the trainer. And by Zollner Ford Lincoln. Proud to be your local Ford and Lincoln dealer.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
And welcome back, everyone, to Devaney, where the day is done, and the last champion of the day, Bancroft Rosalie. And we are joined here by head coach Corey Meyer, and kids put it together. You were telling me at halftime you wanted to get them settled in a little bit more. They played pretty good all night long.
Yeah, we settled in. We had to take care of number one. He was just killing us that second quarter. He's a kid, if you give any space, he's going to knock it down. So we had to make sure we got it a little tighter on him. I thought we did a good job on number 11 defensively overall. Got to rebound better than that, especially tomorrow against a much bigger team than that. Hats off to their team. They got a good team, and I'm sure they're going to be right back at it again next year. But I'm proud of our guys for pushing through and hitting the shots when it matters and making plays when it matters.
This was a game of runs all night long, but that 9-0 run you guys used to take the cushion into the fourth quarter seemed to be enough to withstand what they did at the start of the fourth.
Yeah, we go on a lot of runs. Unfortunately, it was just the one run that we had, but we got to have a lot more runs than that coming up tomorrow. But I'm proud of our kids, and we get to move on.
You're 1-1 against Howells Dodge. I know it's too early to talk about them, but you're 1-1 against Howells Dodge.
Yeah, that's a team that it's a tough matchup, but we can do it. We know we can do it. We won one, they won one, and I want to wish them the best of luck being a conference school too. It's unfortunate we got to play each other, but it is what it is, and I think we're ready to go.
What about the game KJ Blackhawk had for you tonight?
Phenomenal game. He played. He kept us in that game. Hit a lot of big shots. Not only hit the outside shots, but slashed when he needed to slash, and he had one heck of a game. Need some rest now.
All right, Coach, we'll see you on Friday. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That'll bring in our player of the game. They call him KJ. Here officially they call him Kevin, but KJ, congratulations. Where'd this game come from, buddy?
I don't know, all the hard work in the gym, all those nights and days I've been just working, and it's paying off.
What made you the man that was hitting the shots tonight against a really good North Platte St. Pat's team?
I just know I had to step up, and I stepped up, and I did what I did.
First time here at the state tournament, Coach kind of was talking about that. What were the nerves like, and how did those kind of subside and go away as the game played on?
I was kind of nervous at first, but then as the game got closer, then I started to just calm down and settled in, and yeah, that was it.
27 points tonight. You hit some key threes. I know Coach said even when you guys were struggling a little bit in the first half, you kind of kept them in it. Even if it wasn't in the total offensive set, you found a way to knock down some shots. And now you go on to the semifinals against the Howells Dodge team that you're familiar with. What are you looking forward to on Friday?
I'm looking forward to beating these guys because they beat us last time in districts, but hopefully we can get them here. Should be way better.
All right, congratulations. Go celebrate with your teammates.
Thank you.
There he is, KJ Blackhawk, 27 points in the basketball game tonight. What an effort from him. And the third meeting of the year between Howells Dodge and Bancroft Rosalie. They won the first game by 14, but lost 51-46 in the sub-district final. Now they meet for a chance to play for a state championship, guys.
There's just some games that make you giddy.
Yeah.
That's one of those games on
Yeah.
Friday that is going to make me giddy to go see Howells Dodge and Bancroft Rosalie for a trip to the state title on the line. Two programs who are very familiar with getting here,
Yeah.
and one of them is going to get back to the title game.
Yeah, and they're conference foes, so they know a lot about each other. Both had phenomenal seasons, 20-win seasons, and it's anyone's game when you look at how both of the last two meetings between them had gone down.
East Husker Conference represent. Take a look at our updated bracket before we get you to our top plays. So Johnson Brock and McCool Junction kind of handling their opponents today. They move on to the semifinals. That should be a fun game. The Eagles there are back-to-back state champions trying to go for a three-peat. Meanwhile, Bancroft Rosalie and Howells Dodge, a couple of close wins in either of those games, and they'll rematch now the Panthers and the Jags for the third time this season. We are pumped for that matchup. Taking a look at our top plays brought to you by Currency. If your business needs financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers, all you need is Currency. Visit them at gocurrency.com. Well, this battle is a good one. The Panthers and the Irish, two teams that love to get here in Lincoln, and only one can move on. In a fast-paced game, we figured this thing would be a track meet back and forth, and that's what we saw pretty early on. Here's a nice drive by Logan Winder, a Euro step, and a nice finish off the glass for North Platte St. Patrick's. Coming back the other way now for Bancroft Rosalie. They hit multiple three-pointers today, and there's one of their 10 in the ball game. Three-pointer by KJ Blackhawk, finished with 27 points. We'll see a lot more of him as this game continues. 9-6 lead for the Irish. Three-pointer, it's Ben Heirigs knocks it down. His first three-pointer of the ball game, a deep one. It's 12-8 right now. Three-pointer left wing. That time it falls again for the Panthers. A beautiful shot by Samuel Dick. Not only is he a good player on the inside, but he's got a great shot on the outside. Now Heirigs again, another NBA-style three, knocking it down and giving the Irish some more momentum at the end of the first quarter. What a way to send us into quarter number 2. 19-15, a three-pointer on the other end for Bancroft Rosalie, making it a one-point game. That time it is Porter, as Drake Porter knocks it down. 1-point lead for the Irish, and an answer again. Heirigs was phenomenal in that first half, had 15 points for the Irish, was really the guy who kept this team alive, 26-23. And then here's where things changed. A three-pointer by the Panthers to tie up the game at 3. It's KJ Blackhawk once again. Had 5 triples in the ball game. 26 all. Kick it out. Blackhawk once again gives the Bancroft Rosalie Panthers a 3-point lead. And that's a lead that they would hold on to into the break. As we move into the second half, things kept dropping for Bancroft Rosalie. On the right wing, another one. That time again, it is Browning, who was a great player today, who did really nice things on the offensive end and defensive end. How about this kick out? Left wing. That time it is Blackhawk once more. KJ was on fire, and that one to end the third quarter, giving Bancroft Rosalie some much-needed momentum. Now we go to a big play late in the ball game. Peyton Kramer, a double-double for the Irish. This ball gets tipped back in his hands. Samuel Dick trying to force the charge. It's a blocking foul, which puts Kramer on the free throw line for an extra opportunity. 2-point game. Really nice and a great feed from Blackhawk to Dick to finish on the right side of the glass. Increases Bancroft Rosalie's lead to 4. 48-46, 4 minutes to go in the game. Turnaround jumper, high post. Blackhawk again, tremendous game. 9 of 15 from the floor was phenomenal. North Platte St. Patrick's trying to stay in the ball game. Logan Winder gets the friendly roll to drop. It's a 3-point game once again, 54-51, and a huge finish to this ball game. 3-point game, flying up the floor to Jaden Browning, delivers the pass to Samuel Dick, finishes, and helps the Panthers jump out and win the ball game. Final score, Bancroft Rosalie 59, North Platte St. Patrick's 53, and we have another matchup today, or tomorrow, I should say Friday, between Bancroft Rosalie and Howells Dodge. Split the series in the regular season. Time for one more. Why not? For a tremendous evening of basketball for all of us on News Channel Nebraska, for Andy Klassen, for Connor and Danny and Paul, all helping out in the truck, for our incredible camera crew, for everything that you've done for us this evening. Thanks for watching on News Channel Nebraska. And don't forget to tune in at 8:50 a.m. tomorrow, because we're right back here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center on NCN.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska.